Chapter 8.8, Credit Cards. Using a credit card is an example of an open-end installment loan, commonly called revolving credit. Open-end loans differ from fixed installment loans, such as car loans and mortgages, in that there is no schedule for paying a fixed amount each month. Credit card loans require users to make only a minimum monthly payment that depends on the unpaid balance and interest rate. Credit cards have high interest rates compared to other kinds of loans. The interest on credit cards is computed using the simple interest formula, I equals PRT. However, R represents the monthly interest rate and T is time in months rather than years. A typical interest rate is 1.57% monthly. This is equivalent to an annual rate of 12 times that, or 18.84%. In 2012, the average credit card debt per U.S. household was $15,374. One advantage of making a purchase with a credit card is that the consumer gets to use a product immediately. In this section, we'll see that a significant disadvantage is that it can add a substantial amount to the cost of a purchase. When it comes to using a credit card, consumer beware. Methods for calculating interest or finance charges on credit cards may vary, and the interest can differ on credit cards that show the same APR or annual percentage rate. The method used for calculating interest on most credit cards is called the average daily balance method. Interest is calculating using the simple interest formula, where again, R is the monthly rate and T is 1 month. The principal is the average daily balance, and the average daily balance is the sum of the unpaid balances for each day in the billing period divided by the number of days in the billing period. So to determine the average daily balance, you need to make a table that shows the beginning date of the billing period, each transaction date, and the unpaid balance for each date. Add a column to the table that shows the number of days at each unpaid balance. Add a final column to the table that shows each unpaid balance multiplied by the number of days that the balance is outstanding. And find the sum of the products in the final column, and this dollar amount is the sum of the unpaid balance for each day in the billing period. So then compute the average daily balance by dividing that by the number of days in the billing period. All right, let's see if we can do that. So first of all, we have a monthly interest of 1.5% of the average daily balance for the transactions below for March 1st to March 31st billing period. Okay, so it's got our table going for us, but we need to add some columns, remember? So try to add some lines here. Y'all are by now very familiar with the fact that I cannot draw a straight line. But let's see what we can come up with. All right. So we need to add a column for the number of days that we are carrying this balance. So we started with $62.40. So that's our balance on March 1st, and it doesn't change till March 5th. So March 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, that's 4 days. Or 5 minus 1, we went 4 days owing $6,240. Then we made a payment, so it brought our balance down, if we subtract 300, to $59.40. And it stayed there for 2 days because we charged something else on the 7th. So 7 minus 5 is 2, or the 5th and 6th, right? And then it changed on the 7th. Okay, and then for 5 days, we didn't do anything else. 12 minus 7 is 5. So for the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th, right, our bill was $40 higher, so $59.80. Okay, on the 12th, we added $90 to this, so $6,070 we owe now, and 21 minus 12 is 9, so for 9 days we carried that balance. Then we added $230, so that'd be $6,300 even. Now be careful on this one. We can't get this last number of days by doing 31 minus 21. Notice 31 minus 21 is 10. But let's count the days on our fingers like we did with some of these up here. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Be aware of finding that last number of days that you owe, right? Because you owed that on the 21st and also on the 31st. Okay, so now let's add a column where we multiply these together, because for 4 days we owed $62.40. So let me get my calculator again. So 4 times $62.40 is $24,960. 2 times $59.40 is $11,880. 5 times $59.80 is $29,900. 9 times $60.70, $54,630. 11 times $6,300, $69,300. Okay, now I want to sum all of these up. So add them all up. 24,960 plus 11,880 plus 29,900 plus 54,630 plus 69,300. Okay, and I get $190,670. If I divide that by the number of days in the billing period, and this is a 31-day month, so divide that by 31, I get 6150.645. So my average daily balance is $6,150.65. Okay. Now it says find the interest to be paid on April 1st, which is the next billing period. The monthly interest is 1.5% of the average daily balance. So 0.015 times my average daily balance from above is $92.26. Actually, it's 0.259. So $92.26 is the interest that they're going to add. Okay, so my balance due on April 1st. Now let's look up here at my balance. Right here was my last balance at the end of the month. but then they're going to add $92.26. So my balance that is due now is $6,392.26. Okay, this credit card requires a $10 monthly payment if the balance due at the end of the billing period is less than $360. Well, my balance is not less than $360, so that doesn't apply. Otherwise, the minimum monthly payment is 1/36 of the balance due at the end of the billing period, rounded to the nearest whole dollar. What's the minimum monthly payment? Well, 1/36 is saying divide by 36. Right, multiply by 1/36 or divide by 36. So if I take that 6392.26 and divide it by 36, I get 177.56, and it says round to the nearest dollar, so $178 is my minimum payment due for this particular card. Okay, suppose your credit card has a balance of $4,200 and an annual interest rate of 18%. You decide to pay off the balance over 2 years. If there are no further purchases charged to the card, how much must you pay each month? How much total interest will you pay? Okay, if there are no further purchases charged to the card, then I don't have to go through what we did on the previous question to figure out how much I owe. I can just use my regular installment loan formula, right? It means I owe them $42. I'm going to pay it off over 2 years, and I'm not charging anything else on the card. So I can just plug that information into the regular installment loan formula, which will not work if we continue to charge on the card, remember. All right, P, the principal in this case, is $4,200. The annual rate of interest is 18%. It's monthly because we pay it each month. 1 minus 1 plus 0.18 over 12 to the negative 12, and I want to pay this off in 2 years. All right, plug that in our calculator. Uh, 4,200.18 divided by 12 divided by 1 minus 1 plus to the, forgot my parenthesis right there, about negative 12 times 2, close parenthesis. So if I pay $209.68 a month, I'll pay that off in 2 years if there are no other charges made on it. Okay, how much total interest will you pay? Well, again, $209.68 paid every month for 2 years means I will have paid $5,032.32, but I only owed $4,200. So the difference in those must be interest. So $832.32 interest. Okay, that finishes up Chapter 8. Let me know if you have any questions. Remember, when you go to take your test for Chapters 8 and 9, you'll need to take a copy of your formula sheet for Exam 2, which you can find in your Canvas classroom. Okay, good luck.